Hey guys, it's Isabel. Welcome to my first vlog or video blog on the book Predictably Irrational by Dan Arley. And today I'll be talking about chapters 1 through 3. Okay, so I'll be talking first on chapter 1. One thing that I really took away from chapter 1 was the illustration they gave on the relativity. So that was really interesting how we measure things and how we make decisions can be broken down into an illustration like that of when we're making a decision. We always have our top decision and our low decision, but we always have that middle decision that is slightly worse than our top, but better than our last. And because maybe something has something that we don't want, or one thing has something that we do want, maybe we think we can sacrifice on it, which I thought was really interesting because we're always just it's we always group it into three and thinking our top three, and we automatically just list things that we like about it, and we don't even think about it. So I really enjoyed how it broke it down for us, and kind of gave the example of in my life, we've moved around a lot, so I've always been kind of interested in the process of how you buy a house and just the criteria that you need. Maybe you want to sacrifice one thing for the other. So it's just been kind of interesting watching my parents every time we move, see what they're willing to sacrifice and what they really want, and what their choices are, and how they end up grouping things off as far as their top three choices, or top four or whatever. But with house hunting, it's, do you want something that's closer to school, or do you want something closer to work, or do you want something in between where it's an equal distance, and something that's within your price range, obviously, and then how big your house is, how many rooms do you want, your backyard, all this kind of stuff that goes into it. But usually when it comes to house hunting, you have one house that is probably your top one, but maybe it's sacrificing something that another house has, but the other house doesn't have a lot of what you want. And you always have your last choice of kind of, it has one little thing that I like, but not really. It's kind of the stray one that really doesn't have what I want. So I thought that was a really good example of something that can be used to describe the chart that was given in the book in chapter 1. So I really like that. And then for chapter 2, I really enjoy learning the new term called hurting, which is assuming that something is good or bad on the basis of other people's previous behavior. So the example that they gave was going to your typical Starbucks or your Dunkin' Donuts to get your coffee order that you really like, that you know that you really would make you really happy in the morning on your way to work or whatever, versus maybe just risking it and going to work and getting a free coffee that may be not that good. I found this sometimes going to Starbucks or Cafe 62, or I have my typical coffee order where I know it's going to taste good and I'm going to like it. But I also have friends sometimes that are like, oh, you should try this or you should try that flavor. And the thing is do I trust on what they say because they say it's good and they've had it before? So do I automatically think it's good, or do I automatically think it's bad? How our brains are kind of just predisposed to making that automatic assumption that this must be good because this person said it, or it must be terrible because I've heard that it's bad from a couple of people. So I thought that was really interesting how our automatic reaction is to think that. And then lastly, chapter 3. Again, something with behavior. People's behavior automatically can change when we hear about something for free. They gave the example in the book of how people will line up out the door when they hear about something that could be for free. And I didn't even realize that automatically was a thing. And as a girl, for example, when we go shopping and we see something could be free or buy one, get one free, we're more kind of inclined to want to buy it because there's the possibility I could get an extra free t-shirt or an extra free scarf or something like that. So that was really interesting. Or when you're at the cashier at the grocery store, at any store, and are you sure you don't want to buy another one? This one's for free or whatever. So I thought that was very interesting. And I just thought these 3 chapters overall were kind of to sum it up, kind of just breaking down different ways that we behave as consumers. And it's just really interesting, the different theories and the experiments that have been done, people's behavior when it comes to buying stuff or making decisions. So